Hello again, it's Joey John Maguire. Back in my favourite Fulham, London watering hole. It's the Cock Tavern, bottom end of North End Road, and it's a Young's pub. I must have said that every day for the last year, because I've been in here nearly every day for the last year. It is my local. It is a wonderful retro style pub cum restaurant, which also has the most beautiful retro garden out the back. It's a pub to be visited. It's just been refurbished, so it's top notch, with good food, good chefs, well-trained, unpretentious staff. Most of the customers the same. Well-trained staff, like I say, well-managed, as are all Young's pub, to my knowledge. I'm about to recite my latest poem, done in the early hours of this morning. It's called The 24/7 to Trauma Junction. I fully agree with anyone who would see little sense in revisiting for the purpose to dwell on the stifling memories that recollect the horror show that is unfortunately my past, and yet every day I do. The irony of it all, you couldn't make it up, that I should trade the claustrophobic joblessness of home, where the years joined onto each other as if they'd been welded to form one long chain of misery, of spending days gazing from the top floor masonette which had become my prison. What did I trade it for? But lengthy stag duties, gazing through the slit of a sanger onto the desolation of no-hope Belfast. Try some depression, all done in your country's name. Young men should not be caged, and to think I'd volunteered to serve in this solitary isolation. I was the author of my own confinement, and found myself stuck between the mean streets or the void that was my cell. The streets where I was a moving target for any disgruntled terrorist, or my solitary cell where every 2-hour stint saw me die a little more from the inside. I'm not finished. To think that years later, after vowing never to stagnate again, to find I must endure the same pain, only this time alone and head-injured, without a friend or foe in the world for support, with every night sobbing myself to sleep being my only comfort, over what was yet another welded and joined up 6 long years of heart-wrenching agony. So you see, I do understand why you think it crazy for anyone to revisit such horrors, 24/7, day after day and night after night, both joined by their sunrise and sunset. The problem being that once the ruminating begins, the microscope is quick to follow, to scrutinize every mistake I have made throughout my lifetime, even my nightmares biting back with repeated vicious vitriol to make the trains that follow and search through every tangent, hoping to find a reason why. How ironic the whole bloody escapade, how unwittingly I chose a cheap one-way ticket on a 24/7 ride to Trauma Junction, only to spend my whole life staring aimlessly out of windows, never slowing quite enough to jump off as I passed through the many stations that I presume were put there to save me. My mate Ross has just come in, and he's going to get away with buying me a pint because I already have one.